I have a little gift for the fairies today, and I'm going to put it on the ground as an offering. Maybe just right there. So I wanted to talk about the Fae today and tell you that they're not just little creatures, that they're very much a real species that coexists with us humans on Earth. And so when I was a little girl, I was intimately connected to the fairies, believed in them wholeheartedly, these little beings, right? And I would leave gifts for them, and I would pretend to be them. I would, build houses out of flowers for them, and all these butterflies would land on them. I was very, very just, connected to them. Maybe that's from my Celtic background. They have always been with me, right? I've always believed that I am of the Fae. I grew older and I started to study fairy magic, and I had some friends who were really, really into this, and it had always just been something I was really passionate about. And I read books on fairies and started to realize there was this realm, right, that we could tap into with actual entities, like big tall entities, not just the little elemental spirits. And I started to really work with the Fae in this way and channel their energy. And I wrote a book on the land of fairy, like the realm of fairy, called Avery Marie and the Crown of Elfay. You can get it now. It's also an audiobook. I recorded it with my voice, and there is a sequel called Avery Marie and the Celestial Sorcerer, which is a little darker, but it's still a great adventure. These books are filled with magic and adventure and romance, and they're just epic, so check them out. And if you want to get in touch with the Fae, you need to go into the forest and become very subtle. There are portals into this world through the forest. So sometimes you'll see, a little, arch in the trees, and that will be the entry point, right, into the realm. So you're not always going to see the fairies, but you're definitely going to feel them. You're going to feel their presence. Maybe you'll hear them. Maybe you'll, feel a breeze rush past. They're very, very subtle entities, and you have to become subtle in order to witness them. I suggest going into the forest and doing a meditation and really just being with the earth and putting your feet on the earth and grounding yourself and releasing, your energy into the earth, connecting to it, doing something to connect you to nature, right? Sometimes people do psychedelics, and that also helps to see, but you don't need to do these things, right? You can work directly with nature and meditate and become subtle in this way and start to see into the spiritual realm, see into their realm. And, they love if you come and clean up nature, clean up garbage, and obviously offer them gifts, beautiful things, trinkets, jewelry, sparkly things. The actual Fae are not the way that they appear in fairy tales. Little elemental sprites and things, of course, but the actual Fae are, they can be quite evil sometimes. They can be tricksters, they can be kind, they can be very vengeful, and they see truth, right? They can feel truth. And so if you come to them and you offer them gifts, but you have evil intentions, they're not likely to respond to you in a kind way. They're probably going to play pranks on you and just mess with you a little bit. But if you do have good intentions, your heart is pure, and you ask them for help, you make your offerings, and you really just work to help make their home beautiful, because nature, right, is their portal. It's a portal to their world. They will be kind to you, but your heart has to be pure. And so what you can do to keep your heart pure, your intentions pure, is do something you like to do as a child, right? And really just put yourself in that joyful vibration. The fairies will connect to you when you are in your childlike joy. They are very childlike. They love playing with children because their hearts are pure. And so if you can get yourself in that childlike state, they will come to you. They will work with you. And if you would like the little, elemental beings to come into your home and help you, make sure your home is clean. Put out some sparkly things like a disco ball or like shiny things for them. Make a little altar for them. Give them a little home, right? Make them a little home. Give them some little furniture to sit on. And just ask. But if your home becomes messy, if you start to have ill intentions and you still ask to work with them, they're gonna play pranks on you. So I just wanted to kind of like clarify some things here, because actual fae are not always so kind. They will be kind to you, but if you have ill intentions or if you're a bad person, you know, they're quite vengeful. They're quite tricky, and be careful with your words, because they're all about twisting words around to get what they want as well. Sometimes in my book, I say that the fairies can't lie, right? And they can't tell lies, so they have to twist words to kind of get what they want. So this is kind of like a known thing in fairy lore, like, oh, fairies can't lie. But maybe that's just a lie. Anyway, so I hope that you read my book, and I hope that you enjoyed this. Try to not, you know, take it with your logical mind, like this is a metaphysical thing, and just see what happens, right? When you start really attuning yourself to the subtle realms of nature, magic happens, right? And you can tell when the fairies are near, because you'll start to really feel this beautiful, joyful presence again. And, you know, birds will come to you, butterflies will come to you, a dragonfly will land near you, and that's the sign that the fairies are near. Maybe you'll hear some beautiful music. Fairies also love chimes. So put on chimes. And I hope that you enjoyed. Bye!